Good morning, everyone. Nice to see some familiar faces and some new faces. I've been a naturopath for 28 years, but how I started was I bought a health food shop in 1984, so I go back over 30 years now with involvement in the natural health field. And the thing that's puzzled me for a long time is that it's taken so long for people to get the message that changing your diet, changing the supplements you take, looking after your health actually has health impacts. And it's only just starting now that they're doing testing and finding that if people change their diet, they can overcome diabetes, they can overcome mental health issues like depression and anxiety. They can do a range of different things. Even arthritis can be made better by changing the diet. But for a long time, every time that was mentioned in the community, it was poo-pooed. It was said, oh no, it won't make any difference, won't make any difference. But now they're recognizing that up to 80 to 90% of our current illnesses can actually be changed by people changing their diet from what they used to eat to a healthier diet. Now, I'm the first to tell you it's not easy. However, it is simple. And the goal is, I believe, to have the very best health that we can while we're here. Too many people are dying early. Too many men are coming down with prostate cancer. And you don't really come down with prostate cancer. It eats away from the inside. Too many women with breast cancer. Too many children now with obesity. Too many children with type 2 diabetes, which was unheard of. So we've reached epidemic levels with all of these diseases and conditions, which basically most of us don't have to suffer. I know that from my own history, back in 1980, I bought a deli. And if you know what a deli's like when you're on the beach and you're working 12-hour days, you grab everything you can when you feel like it. And I felt like a lot. So my health, when I actually 4 years later bought the health food shop, was not good. I'd already had 2 hemorrhoid operations. I'd already had palpitations and pressure in my heart. So when I first went into the health food shop and I realized that I had to change my diet in order to be healthy, that was a huge learning curve for me. I had to go from where I was and where I came from to a new way of looking at myself and a new way of being. And anybody who wants to overcome a condition, whether it's a mental health condition or a physical condition, has to go through the same process. Does that make sense? There's no escapes. There's no easy way. You can't just say, oh, tomorrow I'm just not going to have this condition. I'm just not going to have this illness. You have to actually work at it. Now, I work with people all over the world. I've worked with people in America, on Skype, in England, in all around Australia, because I have built the skills to be able to know what to help them with, to help them let go of those things that are bothering them. But I also know if the work isn't put in, nothing's going to change. And the first part of that work is this: ask the right questions to find the answers you want. Now, today I'm going to ask you, if you will, to tell me a condition or a disease you would like some more explanation on. And I'm just going to put it on the board and we'll come back to it later after we've done a bit more explaining about what that means. You okay with that? Okay. So anybody at all has a condition or a disease, they don't have to have it, but just something you'd like more information on.
I have leukemia, I've got
Blood disease. Anyone else?
Restless legs.
Sorry?
Restless legs.
Restless legs.
Polymyalgia rheumatica.
Sorry? Arthritis. Anyone else?
Diabetic type 1.
Chronic fatigue.
Chronic fatigue.
Post-traumatic stress.
I'm just going to put that as PTSD. Anyone else? Sorry? Thyroid?
Anxiety.
Anxiety? Anything else?
Panic attack.
Sorry?
Panic attack.
Panic attacks? And as I say, it doesn't have to be you. It can be friend, neighbour,
Kidney disease.
kidney. Celiac. Now, help me with the spelling.
O-C-O-E-L-I-A.
My partner's celiac, but I should know it, but that one always gets me. Anyone else?
High blood pressure.
High blood pressure? Anyone else?
Does hoarding come into it? Hoarding
Hoarding
as an emotional thing. Not letting you ever
comes in right here
Okay.
because I'll explain that later, but anything that we have as an addiction or OCD, anything we have that makes us feel better comes out of fear and anxiety. Okay, so anything else?
There's enough food to open a hospital.
Sorry?
There's enough food to open a hospital.
There is. There is. The interesting thing is, every one of these has been overcome or cured. I don't like to use the word cured because you always have to be vigilant, but every one of these has been overcome with natural therapies at one time or another. That doesn't mean that everyone who goes to natural therapies is going to overcome every one of those things, but it just means at one time or another I can give you case examples where every one of these things has been overcome. Now, I look on natural therapies as not just giving you supplements, for instance, because supplements are a shortcut and they're a booster. But the real changes come when you change your belief structure, when you change what you believe about yourself, and when you change what you believe about your life. Because until that moment, you are going to live out of your conditioning rather than in the present moment. And I'll explain how that all goes along later. The first thing, though, to understand is that everything that we have as a condition has grown from something. The difficulty is, if we still have it as a condition, we don't know what it's grown from. Does that make sense? We don't know why it's there. Because chances are, if we did know why it was there, we'd do something about it, or we would have done something about it before it was there. So the importance is to say, what would be the right questions to find the answers you want? And to me, the first thing we would do is we would look at healthy people, help people who don't have these conditions, and see what is different with them